Hey everyone, welcome back to the OGHS Library channel with Mrs. Berg. I'm Mrs. Berg, and today we are going to be talking about how to create a Blooket account and a quiz on Blooket and just kind of go through some of the features of it. So we're going to start by going to blooket.com. It's Blooket. Now, Blooket's been around for a couple of years at this point, but it continues to be one of my favorite review games. I love the versatility that Blooket has, which I'm going to show you here once we kind of get in. So we're going to go ahead and just sign up for an account if you don't have one. When you sign up, you can either enter your email, or what I like to do is just sign up with Google, and then you choose one of your Google accounts to sign in with. And then it's really nice because when you go to log in, you can just hit the sign in with Google button. And for my username, I will just put Mrs. Berg ELA or something. That'll work. Sign up. Oh, I do agree. Yes, sign up. All right, there we go. And when it asks who you are, feel free to choose either one. It's not gonna like change the availability to you. Okay, we're gonna do that later because I already know what I'm doing. So when you get on, you're going to create these things called sets, which is basically like your review quiz that you'll play with your class. So you can also discover different ones that other people have created. I actually like to use the discover feature when I'm just looking for something fun and easy. Maybe like we have 5 minutes left at the end of a period that I want to play with my kids. They have all of these crazy, awesome bookets on all of these random subjects. So you can see there's lots of different random subjects. Who's that Disney character? I've played that one with my students, and that was a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a fun one, they also have legitimate ones. So like if you wanted to do, not that those aren't legitimate, but like parts of speech or something like that, you can just search whatever, and then you can see all of the other bookets that people have created. But we're going to create our own today. So we're going to hit the blue create button on the left-hand side here. Now, this is pretty similar to any other like quiz review creation website. So we're going to create our set. We want to enter a title. So I'll just say that it's practice. And then you can choose some sort of cover image. I always like to choose a cover image that kind of relates to whatever it is that I'm making my Blooket over, just because it makes it easier to visually see, especially once you start adding a lot and you accumulate a lot. So we can go to the image gallery, and Blooket actually has a lot of images available to you. So you can just kind of search whatever you want. Like if I search grammar or something like that, then it'll come up with all of these cool grammar related images. So I think we'll just go with that one. That looks pretty good to me. And then the other cool thing, I'm going to move myself here. The other cool thing that I really like about Blooket is that it does have this option where you can import from Quizlet or from a CVS file, which is really sweet. So that actually saves you a lot of time. If you already have like a Quizlet deck made over maybe terms that you want to review with your students, you can just hit this, link it up with your Quizlet account, and then it will import all of the terms and put it into a quiz setting for you. Same with the CVS. If you have like questions and answers in one of those, then you can just import that. But I'm going to show you today how to create it with the manual mode. So we're going to be in manual. And then also, if you want to share it with the public and have the public be able to see, make sure you keep this toggled on. But I do not want them to be able to see this one because we're just using it for practice. So I'm going to turn that off, and then you'll just hit create. All right, so then from here, and I'm just going to move myself back over, we can start adding questions. And even if you get to this point and you're like, oh, shoot, I wanted to import stuff. Well, here you go. You have lots of options over here. Okay, so I'm going to hit add question and just do this manually. So we'll do how old is Mrs. Berg? Question mark. And then you have to enter at least two answers, but you can enter up to four. So we'll do 30, 23, 35, and 45. And then you're just going to want to make sure you check the correct one. And you can check more than one if more than one answer is correct. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. And then over here, you can actually insert different things to go along with the question when it's asked of your students. You can add images. I have no idea how to add the math one because I'm not a math person, but apparently you can add some math, or you can add an audio kind of voiceover clip type thing. And if you want your answers to be in random order, just keep this checked. You can set the time limit for how long they have to answer the question. I usually just keep all of that and just hit save. And so then you'll just continue to add questions until you build your set, and then you'll want to save your set. Yes. Thank you. And then once you've created the set, this is where you're going to be able to play it with your students, or you can assign it as homework. So to play it, you would just hit the host button. Now, this is why I really like Blooket, is because they have all sorts, live hosting temporarily disabled. Well, that's super cool. Um, so of course I chose to record this video when they were doing site maintenance. But the reason that I do like this, and I can still kind of walk you through it, is that they have all of these different games that you can play. And based on the game that, I'm going to move myself again, based on the game that you choose, you're going to see over here that it's either for homework only or you can play it live. Okay, you can also see kind of what skills need to be applied in the game. So this one requires strategy and accuracy. So if students are like, they have to get the answer right. Some of them, which aren't showing up here because of the live hosting being temporarily disabled, but some of them just rely on luck. And so those ones that rely on luck, I really like to use because it gives every student a chance to be able to like win the game instead of just the ones that actually know all of the answers. So just something to kind of keep in mind. This is one of the reasons that I really do love Blooket. You can also assign it as homework, which was in that host section. Since they're not doing live right now, you can click assign homework, and then you can actually post these games directly to your Google Classroom page, which is another really great feature if you are a teacher. If you forget that you didn't add a question or something, you can always go back and edit any of the sets that you save. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to email me, nberg@ognights.org, and I'll see you next time.